Good morning, thanks for joining my hike. I'm Kevin. This is Hiking with Kevin. And got a great hike today. It's not that difficult, which is good because a lot of people are writing in and saying that it looks like I'm huffing and puffing a lot. Well, I might be, but that's because sometimes I'm going up a big hill. I'm talking a lot, asking questions. I'm carrying stuff in my pockets. I got a lot of stuff in my pockets. I wish fanny packs were in still. That'd be a lot easier for me. All right, come on, let's go for a hike. No huffing and puffing. Okay, just fair warning. I had a couple of large cups of coffee before this trip, so I am super caffeinated. So this could be a pretty quick hike today. But I hope it's long because we're hiking with a friend of mine, such a talented actress, so funny, a good person. You know her from her starring role in The Father of the Bride, her TV series, according to Jim. She's done lots of films, and she's also a New York Times bestseller. Today, we are hiking with someone who's also very caffeinated because we had coffee together, but she's also hyphenated. She is the amazing Kimberly Williams-Paisley. Is it Kimberly Paisley Williams or
no,
Kimberly
Williams-Paisley,
Williams? Because his last name is Paisley.
By the way, I totally regret hyphenating.
You do? You don't like to hyphenate?
No, I shouldn't have done that.
Why?
Well, because it's way too long and people say Kimberly Paisley Williams or Kimberly Williams-Paisley.
But at least you don't have to say it's Kimberly Williams hyphenated Paisley.
Sometimes I do say that.
Oh, you do? Oh, so that's good.
Brad actually said that I should drop the Paisley.
Yeah.
And just make it Kimberly Williams.
Now that would be a hassle now.
Well, it would be a scandal.
Were you a big country music fan before you met Brad?
No.
Not really?
Not
you did
at
not
all.
like it at all?
No, I liked Dolly Parton. I mean, I grew up watching like 9 to 5 and doing dances to her music in the living room. And I knew who Kenny Rogers was, and that was about the extent of it. Oh, I met George Jones through Brad, but I didn't know who he was before I knew Brad. He was sitting in a recliner with his feet up, watching TV when I came in, and he had this dog that was like yapping and chasing me and like biting my knees. And I came in the room and he was watching TV and he said, "Well, looky here, she's as pretty as a picture." And his wife said, "George, she's a movie star."
George Jones.
And she slapped him and he didn't get out of his chair.
Does Brad wear the same color underwear all the time?
Usually, yes.
Is it white or is it blue?
I can't tell you that.
You can't tell me much of anything, can you? Everything's a big secret to you.
I could tell you, he needs a little bit of an underwear update, that's all I'll say. No, but
Boxers or briefs?
He wears briefs.
Okay.
He's a briefs guy. He wears actually like the boxer briefs.
Enough about Brad.
Okay.
We've already
Brad's
talked about
underwear.
him. A lot of people know you from The Father of the Bride. Was that your first big film?
Yes.
And how old were you?
I was 19.
19. You were in college.
Yes, I was a sophomore.
Were you going out on a lot of auditions at that time?
No, I told my agent that I was quitting and I was going to go to college. I had an agent in New York because I grew up in New York.
Yeah.
And she said fine. And then I had a friend, Abby Epstein, who was working in a casting office in Chicago, and she said, "Hey, they're doing this remake of the Father of the Bride movie and they can't find anyone." And it was Phoebe Cates, and she got pregnant.
Oh, it was supposed to be Phoebe Cates
originally. It was supposed to be Phoebe Cates, and so they were doing this nationwide search.
Wow.
And
luckily you were in the nation.
And I was in Chicago, which is part of the nation.
Yeah.
And
so you went in for a reading?
So I almost didn't go, and then I decided I'll try to figure out if I can use the L train. That was like my goal for the day.
It always happens when people decide to quit.
Yeah.
That they get hired.
Yeah, and then I auditioned, and then went out. I auditioned in Chicago, and then they flew me out to LA, and I read with Steve Martin, and then they told me I didn't get the part. So
what?
I went home and I quit the business again. And I went into the...
Who got the part?
Nobody.
Oh.
But Nancy Myers got the flu. And when she got the flu, she got in bed a few weeks later and she was going through old tapes because they still hadn't found anyone.
Right.
And she looked at my tape again and she said, "Oh, let's get that girl to come back out for another audition."
Yeah, let's get her from quitting her job again.
And so my agent called and she said, "They want you to screen test this time with Diane Keaton and Steve Martin." And I said, "No, I quit the business."
Nice.
And
stand your ground.
She said, "Maybe you should reconsider." And I said, "Okay." So
and were you nervous when you were doing it?
I was incredibly nervous. Yeah.
You've never met Steve Martin before. And
Yeah.
were you a fan?
I was a huge fan. I was an even bigger fan of Diane Keaton's. I just thought she was amazing.
Yeah.
You know, like Annie Hall was one of my favorite movies, and I loved her.
What was she like?
She was so nice. The first time I met her, or just in
Yeah.
general? In
Just working
general,
with
I mean,
her?
I loved her. I loved working with her. And Steve was really nice. They were
Yeah.
both kind of took me into their wing and, you know, explained the business. And Steve told me I should get a good therapist. That was the
After
best
this movie.
advice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't like going on auditions, do you?
I hate it.
I don't know one actress that loves going on auditions.
Yeah.
How do you prepare for an audition? Do you really put a lot of time into
I
it?
get really drunk.
Nice.
No, I do put, it will depend. Sometimes I put a lot of time, and then those don't always go as well as I would have thought.
Yeah.
And then sometimes I don't put any time into it, and those go the best. And then sometimes I just make a fool out of myself. Probably most of the time I just make a fool out of myself. I hate auditioning.
There's a real craft to it. You know, and the more you do it, the better you get at it.
Really?
I think so.
I've been doing it for 25 years now. I
Or
don't
maybe
know
the
if
more
I'm any
therapy
good.
you get. What's the thing that annoys you the most about you?
About me?
Yeah.
Gosh, I'm pretty much perfect.
What
You know
would
what?
you improve?
I'm really a light sleeper, and that bugs me.
Yeah.
I wish I could crash. I wish I could be the kind of person that crashes anywhere. I could just, like, in the middle of dinner, if I'm tired, I could just fall asleep. I wish I could sleep on a plane, and I wish I could sleep in the car. But I'm really persnickety about sleep.
Where do you sleep?
In bed, but I have to have earplugs, and I have to have a noise machine on, and it has to be cool.
And so when Brad gets into bed late at night when he's coming back
He
from the
has
tours,
to really walk in very, very quietly.
and do you get angry if he wakes you up?
I can get annoyed, yes.
Okay, enough about Brad. You keep bringing it back to Brad. This is about you. Are you a good cook, Kim?
No. Next
Don't
question.
like to cook at all.
No, I'm terrible at it, and I don't like to clean up. That's the problem.
Yeah.
And you know what? No one wants to eat it, so maybe I'm not very good.
Now, is it just with after cooking you like to clean up, or is your room messy too, and you don't
Everything's-
shower?
Everything's messy. I'm messy. Yeah, I don't shower. Showering's overrated. There's a water shortage. Did you know that?
I did know that.
I'm a fan of dry shampoo.
Do you like to shop?
Yes, I do love to shop.
Do you think it's a problem?
Is this an intervention? But you know what? I don't like to shop every day. I like to shop once in a while.
Like every other day? Do you look for sales, or do you just
No,
buy what you
I
like?
don't like things if they're on sale.
You think there's something wrong with them?
Yeah.
They've been sitting out
Why
there too
didn't
long?
anyone else buy them?
Do you pick out Brad's clothes for his performances?
No.
Does he have a stylist?
He has someone who shops for him.
Enough
but
about Brad. I'm not here to talk about Brad. Kim, if you could have anybody's career, whose would it be?
Yours. I really admire Meryl Streep's career. It's hard to argue with that.
Yeah.
But I also love writing,
Yeah.
and so I also really admire Ann Patchett's career.
Yeah.
I love writers who can just churn out books.
Tell me about this book you wrote.
Oh yes, it's called Where the Light Gets In.
Where the
It's a-
Light Gets In?
Yes, it's a memoir about my mom, and she passed away in November. But it's sort of a memoir chronicling our family's life with my mom's illness, dementia.
Dementia.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. My father has some of that now.
Yeah,
I would love it if you could write a book about him.
sure, happy to.
Is there an audio
Yeah,
book?
there's an audiobook. I read it myself, and I love doing that. And
Do you enjoy reading it? Did you
I
ever
did,
read a
and
chapter and go, wow, I don't remember this?
yeah, I learned, no, but I did learn from reading it, because the first time I read it through, like the first couple of chapters, and I listened to it back, and I thought, well, that was really boring. I didn't realize I had to act my book. I had
Yeah.
to actually like act it.
Yeah.
Have you ever?
And you have to read it out loud too. You can't just sit there and read it in your head.
No.
Woo! What was the first date you went on with Brad?
We went to a restaurant called World Cafe,
Yeah.
and he was really nervous.
Where was this?
It was in Santa Monica, and I was in the middle of telling a story, and he got up in the middle of the story and went to the bathroom. Like he just like bolted from the table.
Nice.
I
That's so
thought it
good.
was really strange, and somehow we made it.
And was there a kiss at the end of the day?
No, not that night. There was the second night.
Just kind of like a little hug?
No, there was a kiss the second night.
But the first night, just a
little yeah, the first night was a hug.
Fist bump?
Yeah, because I think it was a kiss on the cheek.
Nice. And what did you think? I mean, did you listen to his records before you dated him?
I did, and the second I heard his voice, I thought, wow, I really loved his voice.
I hope he sings the whole night and doesn't talk.
Yeah, and he did wind up singing, and that was good.
Oh, really? Did he bring the guitar?
No. No, the second night, or maybe it was the first, no, I think it was the second night, he invited me to a radio show that he was doing with Blair Garner. And that was a really good move, because then I got to see him with his guitar.
Oh, nice.
He's like a whole different person with his
Very
guitar.
calculated, that guy.
Yeah.
All right, enough about Brad. Tell me about your first kiss ever.
My first kiss ever was in 6th grade. And it was with Frankie DeBona.
DeBona?
Frankie DeBona. And he was really cute. And I had a big crush on him.
Yeah.
And he told my friend Stacy that he was going to kiss me after school for 10 seconds.
Wow.
And
I like a guy who plans.
Yeah.
Don't you?
Yeah, I was really excited about it, but we needed to be precise, so Stacy came along to count and make sure it was 10.
Yeah.
So I anticipated it all day, and then after school we went out into the schoolyard, and he said, all right, and he was eating cheese doodles. We grew up in New York, so we had a little bit of, Frankie DeBona had a bit of an accent, probably still does. And he was eating cheese doodles, and he said, all right, are you ready? And I said, well, you're gonna finish eating your cheese doodles first? And he said, it don't matter, not the way I kiss. And then...
So he got an mouthful of orange, like...
He had the orange and, yeah, like the...
Could you taste it when you kissed him?
He didn't open his mouth. It was like, you know, like that.
It was more of a cheese doodle smash.
Remember Stacy always chewed blue gum, and she was right next to me, and she always chewing her gum. She went 1, 2, 3, and counted to 10, and there we were smushed together for 10 seconds. It was the happiest day of my life.
Wow. And did you fall in love with him after that, DeBona?
I was pretty crazy about DeBona, but he left me for Nancy.
I wonder what his longest kiss has been since then.
I wonder. He showed up apparently at my parents' house once, like recently, like 10 years ago or something.
Wow.
And he said, I was your daughter's first kiss. Yeah, we did it. Now you. There's no falling.
I will follow. I don't think I will. I just have to make a decision where I'm going. Kim, what's your perfect day?
You know, I had a perfect day yesterday, except that Brad was not there.
So that's your perfect day without Brad?
No, but we were all just relaxing at home because we do so many really fun things, but so often we're like out and about and living out of suitcases and stuff. Sure. And I was just home with the kids, and we were snuggled up and reading and walking and just chilling out.
The whole day?
Yeah. And then I had a glass of wine at 5. I have to wait till 5.
Do you drink a lot of wine? Are you a big drinker?
I'm not a big drinker, but I do like a glass of wine. I'm kind of a consistent drinker.
You just drink a little bit all day?
Yes, that doesn't count.
When you've had too much to drink,
yeah.
What kind of, excuse the expression, drunk are you? Are you silly? Do you get angry?
I really don't like being drunk. I don't ever let myself get drunk. But I like being just sort of relaxed and silly. And
yeah, so you're more of a silly drunk.
I'm not an angry drunk.
Is that what you're saying?
I guess I'm a
silly drunk. Do you believe in ghosts?
Oh, I had a ghost experience. Do you want to hear that?
Yeah.
We were in Siena. We were in Italy, and we went to Siena, and we were supposed to stay for 2 nights, or 3 nights even. And we all left early because the hotel was haunted. We were in this old hotel that was built in like the 1300s. And I didn't realize this, but Siena got hit with the Black Plague. Used to be as prosperous as Florence. And then after the plague, it wiped out like 38 or 32,000 people out of 40 died. They didn't know where to put all these bodies. So there's kind of like a ghostly feel. I mean, it was beautiful during the day. But we got to this hotel.
At night, that's when it happens.
Well, we got to the hotel, and everybody in our group, we had a group of 12, and everybody was getting weird feelings. A lot of people were. Like, there was one couple that switched rooms like 5 times. Yeah. And then, you know, everyone was having weird experiences. And the whole time I was like, you guys, Yeah, it feels old, but I'm not scared, and I'm sure we're all gonna be fine. You know?
Everybody was having weird experiences?
Except
like
for me. People were having weird dreams when they lay down for naps. Like someone had a dream that one of the hotel maids came in and was trying to suffocate them.
Kim, do you believe in signs?
Yes. Like I wrote about that in my book. When I see gold paper clips, I feel like it's a sign from my mom.
Yeah.
Because my mom used to put gold paper clips on all these newsletters that she'd send out when she worked at the Fox Foundation, Michael J. Fox Foundation for Parkinson's. She'd send newsletters, and she attached a gold paper clip because she felt that the people who would receive the newsletter would feel special.
You like fonts?
I love fonts.
What's your favorite font?
I think New York Times is really one of the best fonts there is.
I thought that's how you subscribe to the New York Times. I clicked on New York Times. I looked outside to see if the paper came. Nothing. Crickets. Just like now. Are you more of a bath person or a shower person?
In the winter I'm a bath person, and in the summer I just don't bathe.
Nothing, not even a shower?
No, I believe in the pool.
Kim,
yeah.
At the end of the hike we run out of things to say most of the time. Well, what do you think about acorns? You like acorns?
I love acorns, man.
What a hike! Thanks, Kimberly Williams-Paisley. That was so fun. I could talk about acorns all day with you. That's the thing about hiking out here. You don't know what you're gonna run into. All right, thanks for joining me. Please subscribe and turn on notifications, and we'll catch you next time.